Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Superboy Beyond. And we are returning to the Kirk Alyn Superman serials, and we are getting closer to the end. So there's a chance we're going to watch all 4 episodes today, but depending on time, maybe we'll only watch the first 2 and do the next 2 next week. But I don't know why I'm telling you, because we release each episode weekly anyway, so it doesn't make any difference to you. Anyway, thank you for coming. If this is your first time watching one of our YouTube commentaries, it's not like a typical YouTube reaction video. It's not going to be any clips or audio from the episode, but there will be a very heavily filtered version up there in the middle, purely there so you can keep in time with us. You know, somebody knocks at the door, phone rings, whatever. Just lets you know that when you unpause both us and the episode, it lets you know that you're still in time. At least close enough, you know. It doesn't matter if you're a second out. Anyway. Get ready. This is episode 13, titled Hurled to Destruction. And we'll count you in with a 3, 2, 1 play. So get ready. 3, 2, 1 play. And here we go.
Yep.
Superman. I'm trying to think, like, George Reeves' Superman theme doesn't sound like it's saying Superman at any point, does it? Is it just
not really.
This? It's basically just this and the John Williams theme then.
Yep.
Actually, no, the animated series in the 90s, kind of.
Yeah. And don't forget the James Gunn theme, although that's just a reworking of the John Williams theme.
Same reason I didn't include Ruby Spears, because same thing.
Yeah. The Hans Zimmer Man of Steel theme doesn't at all.
It doesn't sound like it's saying Superman at any point. I do still quite like Hans Zimmer's music for it, though. For the most part, anyway.
It's a little depressing, though.
Occasionally.
Dour.
It fits that version of the character, I suppose. Every now and then, when that theme gets hopeful, it's great. You know, like the first time Superman's flying, like that music is fantastic, but yeah. Not going to get into Zack Snyder's take on the character today.
Yep. So Lois has been left
kidnapped, and it's interesting they've got like a secret cave door that slides open and shut with a pull of that rope. Like, how would they even go about building that thing?
I don't know. But then again, remember, the Spider Lady is a crime boss, so she's got the funds.
Yeah. Noelle Neal is just fantastic as Lois. I know I say it practically every episode, but she really was. Man, that was a hell of a slap. Like, getting knocked out from a slap, like, wow. Or maybe I'm just underestimating how much power is in a good slap.
Well,
I did spend a few months watching those slap fight videos on YouTube with the Russians, like, slapping each other as a fight. Like, I don't know, there was something entertaining about that. So maybe I'm underestimating how little force is taken to knock someone out. That was interesting. The way the hole in the wall was animated, that was clever.
And it doesn't, it kind of looks like animation, but doesn't at the same time.
Yeah. It was just on screen for just long enough, you know, to be good without, like, you know, if the audience got too close of a look at it, they would have noticed. But I mean, I noticed, but then I'm looking for animation and stuff because, yeah. Wasn't he cuffed to the other hand?
I think he was.
Like, he was, yeah, he was on her right before, but yeah, now he's on her left. Oh, it was on purpose then. That's fine. I thought it was just a continuity error.
No, no, no.
That was good. I like that. I like that very much.
It's amazing that she doesn't go insane working next to him.
I mean, she is basically being gaslit every day of her life when Clark's around. Like, even if she didn't go insane, she'd think she was going insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am convinced that they shot all of the office scenes in one day. It's got to be why they kept the same wardrobe on all the characters throughout.
Mm.
And it makes sense with the budget. Just shoot every single scene in this office and then move on.
That hat on Jimmy looks awful, though.
I still like that spider web in the background. It's a very simple little touch for this lair, but maybe it's just because it's literally the only spider themed thing in any of these episodes. Like, she's not even dressed like a spider or anything.
Mm.
I quite like this actor who's in the chair. Like, he's just playing this with just the right level of being pissed off with everyone around him.
Mm.
Like, he's not going over the top with it. He's just, yeah. And I still wonder about all these props in the background. Like, I doubt they had the budget, to make all of these props. They were probably just ones that the studio had on hand.
Yeah.
I would love to know what else these props appeared in if that's the case. Probably some old like B movie or something.
Yeah, and I'm sure they probably appeared in Luthor's lab and then in Atom Man versus Superman the following year.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody but Jimmy now has their hat off.
Yeah. Maybe they thought the hat made him look younger, but it has the exact opposite effect.
Yeah.
That picture of who I assume is Abraham Lincoln in the background, in black and white, like his beard gets hidden, it just makes it look like he has the weakest chin in the world. Then again, I've not seen photos of what Lincoln looked like without the beard. Maybe he did have a very small chin. Maybe
No,
that's why he grew the beard. A lot of people do grow beards for that reason. It's fair enough, I suppose. It's amazing, really. I mean, I know they're just shooting around like Hollywood area, but I just think every time you see like a car driving down the street or whatever, it's like even if the buildings that are in the shot are still there, like the entire skyline behind it must be completely different now.
oh yeah, definitely.
Like you could find buildings from this, and like nothing else would match.
That's assuming these buildings are even still standing.
A great deal of them probably aren't. They've probably been redeveloped long ago. It's an interesting way to get the cops off their backs.
Uh-oh. Security guard just told Jimmy that another Daily Planet car just came through.
Hmm. I imagine that giant house is still there. I can't see them knocking something like that down. Man. But even those trees, the trees might not even be there anymore.
Yeah. Here's the thing that always bothers me about, gangsters coming up, knocking out the cops, and then taking their uniforms.
Mm.
In any movie, they always just so happen to be the same size as the security guards or the cops.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Part of me now wants to see like a Naked Gun style spoof movie where a sequence like that happens, and it's like that. Then they come out in the uniforms, they're like way too small or way too big for them, and it's just totally obvious. But
The closest we ever got to something like that was that sequence in Star Wars when Luke and Han take the stormtrooper armor,
yeah,
and Leia says, "Aren't you a little
little
short for a
yeah.
stormtrooper?"
Like it does remind me a little bit of a joke that's in like this isn't a good movie, Date Movie, which terrible movie. But there's one really funny joke in it where whenever Alison Hannigan's character gets onto a motorcycle and rides it, her skin color changes. She turns from a white woman to a black man on a motorbike. Every time she gets on it, she turns into a black man with a wig. It's just one of the funniest. It's probably the only joke in that entire movie that I actually thought was funny.
Look at Jimmy go. I think they beat him up so much throughout this whole serial. He's getting a little bit of revenge.
Mm. It's about time he got his own back a little bit. I don't know. If you cast this guy as Jimmy, I would make him slightly tougher because he looks slightly tougher. Like the only other Jimmy I could see kicking anyone's ass is probably the one in season 1 of Lois and Clark.
Yeah, Michael Landis.
I don't know. Maybe actually the one in Supergirl as well. I keep forgetting that he was Jimmy Olsen because he always went by James. If the animated flying was just a little bit faster in that shot, it would have been a really good moment. But
Yeah.
he took off quite fast and he slowed down for a moment, and it's just, yeah, keep the momentum going, and yeah. I do love though the gangster trying to get Superman to let go. He's just having no luck whatsoever. Very funny. See, that flying shot wasn't too bad. Like Superman looked okay, but the guy he was carrying, like his suit did blend in with the background a little bit too much. That's funny.
Why bring him to the Daily Planet?
Yeah, take him straight to jail. Because you know he's going to get away.
And yeah, that is Lincoln on the photo in the back.
Hmm. No, the flying shots aren't that bad. I know people make fun of them. They're not that bad. For the time, I think it works great.
Continuity error. Clark left the car back at...
Huh. Maybe Jimmy's driving the car back.
No, Jimmy's got his own car.
Oh, yeah, of course he does. Jimmy arrived first. But yeah, seriously, just leaving the criminal with Perry White, who is an old man, just not a good idea. But I suppose they needed their cliffhanger for this episode, didn't they?
Yeah.
So this time it's literally Perry White hanging off a building. So that was episode 13, Hurled to Destruction. I thought that was a really fun episode for the most part. I thought the beginning was great. The end was more or less okay. It was kind of stupid bringing the criminal to Perry White's office and just expecting Perry White to be able to handle him. But I don't know. This is easily a 7 out of 10 for me. Agreed. I don't think it's a bad one. Maybe 7.5 at the most. But yeah.
Well,
I really enjoyed that.
Difference here, say 7.25.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, it's just this episode. There were some really cool moments, some really funny moments.
Yep.
I didn't think the visual effects looked bad this time. You know, they have looked worse in other episodes. Like there was that one where Superman flying looked like he was swimming because he was kicking his feet for some reason, which was just weird. But apart from that one shot that I thought should have been just sped up a little bit, it was fine. It was good.
Yeah, definitely a good episode. Not a great episode, but a good episode.
Yeah, perfectly serviceable.
Yeah, but that's what you get with the serials. You get some that are absolutely great, and you get others that are just meh.
This is right in the middle, I would say. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Anyway, what did you all think? Let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you think the flying looked worse than I'm making out? Because I really don't think it looks that bad. I really don't. I think it's actually kind of charming in its way.
It is, but you know, I think a lot of people they're and rightly so when they say this. You know, at the same time we had serials like, you know, the first, you know, the original Adventures of Captain Marvel, and when we had the Rocket Man and Commando Cody serials, where the flying sequences, they looked good because they weren't just, animating the guy. They put the actual guy flying, you know.
Yeah, I remember Stan Berkowitz mentioned Rocket Man. I still
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I'll have to, maybe on YouTube, I'll just look for like just the flying shots just so I can compare.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I have no emotional attachment to Rocket Man. I don't even know the character really at all. So that's probably not going to be one that we do commentaries on, because I pretty much have to care about the show in order to see it through.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe at some point I'll watch just the flying shots and
Well,
compare.
one of the ones that they did at the Commando Cody's, I think you definitely should watch. Definitely.
Oh,
And that is Zombies of the Stratosphere.
okay.
There is a very young man in it playing one of the aliens. And he later went on to be a more famous alien about 15 years later.
Who is it? Oh, Nimoy.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Huh. Maybe I will check that episode out at some point.
No, he's in every episode of the series.
Oh, okay. Maybe I probably won't watch every episode of the series, just for the same reason that I've never watched TJ Hooker, because I might like the actors in Star Trek, but I don't know. I have no intention of watching anything else with William Shatner as the star. The only other show arguably starring Shatner that I've watched and really enjoyed was Boston Legal. I thought he was fantastic in that as Denny Crane. Just one of the best.
He's basically playing an unhinged man.
He's playing an unhinged man who claims that he has mad cow disease, but it's probably Alzheimer's. And it's just one of those things where it's just, yeah, Denny Crane is just a brilliant character. And James Spader is fantastic in that show as the lead.
Oh yeah,
but,
I love the whole episode where Mayor Winningham is playing the mother of the girl who was murdered,
right.
and his defense of her is, temporary insanity. Oh well, she's not a threat to the public. She doesn't have any more children to kill.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It's a shame because, let's face it, on YouTube there are people that literally all they do is just react to TV shows that they've never seen.
Yeah,
I wish one of them would start watching Boston Legal, like just one channel. I would subscribe immediately. I would watch every single episode, just because it's fun seeing people discover shows like this.
Yep.
Psych is another one. There's a few channels that have watched like the first episode of Psych and then 2 years later have never watched another one. Like, I wish there was more channels watching stuff like that. But
that was
really
good
getting
show.
off topic. Yeah, yep. I love Psych. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. That Shatner was great in that show as well, and George Takei playing himself. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.